Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to come at you with my current 30-minute makeup routine. Yes, I know. I know. You're talking to someone who could not get ready to go anywhere in at least an hour. I'm now getting ready in 30 minutes and I'm pretty excited about it. So let's go. Alright guys, so I'm going to be completely honest with you and just ignore these two right here that are trying to be haters, don't want me to be great. Just ignore them. They are a product of an even bigger hater, Mother Nature. So I just think it's funny how when I decide to do a get ready with me, just ignore them. Just ignore them. But to be honest with you guys, the main reason why I'm able to get ready in 30 minutes is honestly because your girl ain't touching foundation or really any complexion products, to be honest with you. Number one, I got a mask on all day and it covers half of my face, and for me, when I'm at school or when I'm at work, my mask is on the whole entire time. It only comes off when I'm in the car or when I'm eating, so it's on all day and I'm taking full advantage of the fact that this whole part of my face I ain't got to worry about. I'm just not. Comment down below, let me know, are you still beat facing it up? You know, are you still full facing it, or are you kind of skipping all the extra? Let me know, because either way, do your thing, diva. Whatever makes you feel good and ready to take on the day. Second reason is because, you guys, your girl has to be at work and at school pretty dang early in the morning, and I am someone who works out in the morning. It just kind of takes away all my excuses if I just go ahead and get it done in the morning. Plus it really sets up my day. It gives me the energy, makes me feel accomplished, yada yada yada. So it's imperative for me to be very efficient with my time in the morning so that I can get up, work out, get ready, and still be out the door to be where I need to be on time. And minimizing my routine to 30 minutes has really allowed me to get that done without having to get up at like 3:30 in the morning, which your girl ain't doing. And thirdly, besides these two haters right here, y'all, the retinol got your girl loving the skin. Like, I'm just being honest. If you watch the original video and then my 3-month check-in, me and you can't tell us nothing, okay? Like, I don't even want to cover up my skin. I barely want to cover it up with the mask, but I don't want to cover up my skin. So I feel like at this point in time, if I'm feeling this confident in my skin, which back in the day I did not, I feel like it's time to give her shine and really just keep her as natural as possible. So with those three things in mind, I'm not touching complexion products. So that is the main reason why I'm able to get ready in such a small amount of time. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Now, you guys know your girl ain't got no brows, so I'm going to start there. I feel like, oh my god, these are ginormous. Let me do this over here, because I feel like if I keep watching the video and them haters are on there, I'm gonna really get upset. Alright, so versus me doing all of it so I don't bore you, I'm gonna do each side because the sides are the same, but just know. Now, if you have more brow than I do, lucky you. You could probably just kind of go in with a pencil and kind of fill in any of the sparse areas. Maybe use like a tinted brow gel, but you know, your girl ain't got nothing. Thanks to that whole 90s craze where I was going to nail shops and getting them waxed as thin as possible. I got hair growing on my chin and all over my face, but I cannot get my brows to grow. Let's start with my brows. And brows just make such a huge difference to my face, I think. They take me from that resting bitch face on point to just being a little bit more friendly. Alright, now I'm going to do the other side. I'm probably going to cut this part out, but yours. Okay. 14 minutes. I wonder why I only have 14 minutes. Let's go. Alright, so now I'm going in with my pomade, scraping the jar of my Clarity, because I love this stuff and they don't sell it anymore. So, I've tried just using the pomade, skipping the pencil, because you guys know I'm on the hunt for a brow pencil from a brand I can stand behind. And it just, I think because I don't have any brow at all, it just doesn't look clean enough for me. So the pencil really kind of helps make sure that it looks a little bit cleaner. But again, if you had like actual brow versus, you know, nothing like I do, you could probably get away with just using a pomade or, you know, something simpler. But your girl needs it all. Not a bad brow day today. You know how it is. Some days this is the easiest step, and then other days she be trying to hate on me. She be trying to hate on me. So, well, they be trying to hate on me. So when I have a good brow day, I say, and I appreciate them, and I let them know that I love them, and I appreciate them acting right today. But brows really do make a difference for me anyways. Oops. Cut that a little too sharp there. Oof, these pimples are huge, y'all. I'm trying not to pop them because, you know, I'm in school and they tell you that's not the right thing to do. But whew, when you're staring at them on your face, it's a little bit harder to ignore them. So I'm just going in and just kind of cleaning up anything that looks like it needs to be cleaned up. Maybe if I didn't fill it in all the way, if I got a little carried away cleaning things up. But surprisingly enough, not a bad brow day. That's probably the universe trying to take pity on me since I got these haters on my face, right? And I'm just kind of thinning that out so it doesn't look too exact, right? All right. Brows are done. I've been getting a lot of compliments on my brows, so I've been feeling pretty good about them. I mean, you know, they look drawn on, but I still feel pretty good about it. All right, so then the next thing I do is I go ahead and I don't know if I mentioned it, I apologize. I did already do my full skincare routine all the way down to the moisturizer, so I'm just going in with my primer slash SPF. You guys know I love Supergoop. I love both their matte, which has a little bit more tint in it, and I also love the one I'm using right now is the Unseen sunscreen, and I really like this one right now because it's clear. It doesn't have any type of tint to it, and because I don't use any type of foundation or anything, I like the fact that this is clear, but it gives me the sunscreen that I need, but it also helps kind of keep my oils at bay. So I've really been dipping back into the Unseen. This one definitely is a little bit pricier, as I mentioned before, but I really like the fact that it pulls double duty. I don't have to worry about a separate sunscreen or separate moisturizer. It just kind of helps speed everything up, especially when I'm trying to get out the door in 30 minutes. So that's really been working great for me. All right, now while that's soaking in, I'm going to go in with my eyeshadow primer. I I have really oily lids, so for me, this is the Milani eyeshadow primer. You guys know I say don't really worry about the actual products I'm using unless you're in the market for them, because really, use what you got, you know what I mean? Like, let's not be part of that whole excessive consumerism. Use what you got. It's really just kind of the flow I just want to come at you guys with. And also just showing you that you can still look put together and ready to go if you choose. Again, do your thing, girl. You know this is judge free. But also just letting you know that you can really get ready if you want to quickly if you need to. So really just talking about the flow. Oh, I don't have a Q-tip. Yes, I do. All right, and so now I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of that same primer, that same eyeshadow primer on a Q-tip. I got this tip from Miss D Hall. I'm just putting a little bit of it on a Q-tip. And just gonna put this on my lower lash line. That kind of helps put it exactly where I need it to go. All right. Okay. Done with that. All right. Ugh. Okay. All right. So now what I'm going to do, let's go ahead and put a little bit of bronzer in the crease. You know, if you're someone who is really big on eyeshadow, I can understand you wanting to do a little bit more. So definitely do your thing. You guys know I've mentioned this before, I'm not the biggest eyeshadow person. I do like eyeshadow, but it's not a necessity for me. And again, when I'm trying to get out the door quickly, I really want to have the biggest impact with the smallest amount of products. So for me, putting just a little bit of bronzer in the crease really makes it look like I took a little bit more effort on my eyes than I really did, right? So I really do like that. This brush is not necessarily the best. It's a little bit too fluffy for me, but you know, trying to cover as much area as I can. I would normally go in with like a, what is that? A Sedona Lace EB, what is that brush? I'll put it up there, but both of mine are dirty, so I just kind of grabbed this one. This one's a bit too fluffy for me, but she gets the job done. She gets the job done. Because again, you're just putting that bronzer just all over the eye, just to give your eye a little bit of dimension, so it's not completely bare. Also, my eyes are watering. And just make it look like your girl put some effort into it, right? All right. Done with that. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and line my eyes. I like to put a black liner in the waterline because I have no lashes, and adding a little bit of liner helps make it look like I got a little something going on. Gosh, if you hear my dog, that's Aria. She's in heat and she's outside and she calling all the boys to the yard. So don't worry, I don't leave her out there the whole entire time because, you know, dogs can tie through fences, but just during the day, I like to let her out there so she's not sitting in the house all day long. I'll tell you what. Ooh. Y'all know how it is. You know how it is when you're ready. Okay. Just putting a little bit of that. Again, not a lot of precision. Whole point's just to add some definition and some thickness to the line there. Okay, so we're moving right along, cleaning off my brushes and everything. So the next thing I'm gonna do is for the lower lash line, I like to go in with a little bit of color. I believe I've mentioned this before, especially the fact that I'm not doing a lot to my face. I think a color liner just really, it just takes it up a notch. You know, I like to use blue, but you could use green, purple, whatever you want. I just feel like just a color, just using something besides black or brown if you don't want something so harsh, but I think just using something besides black just really makes my look, again, makes it look like I put way more effort into the look than I did. And with brown eyes, any color really will make them pop. But you use any color that makes you comfortable, even if that is black or brown. Maybe a pretty purple or a green, but you use whatever makes you comfortable. But I honestly literally get compliments on the blue on my lower lash line all the time. All the time. Now I'm going to go into my Urban Decay Born to Run. Y'all know. One more time, I'll say it. Best purchase I've ever made. Seriously, the best purchase I've ever made. I'm going to go into Radio, which is this really pretty blue. I use this color right here to just kind of smudge out that blue on the lower lash line, and then I'm going to use Jet to do a little smudging on the top lash line as well. So just going in with Radio, just kind of tapping that blue in place first, and now just smudging it just a little bit. It's gonna smudge anyways throughout the day, so I might as well go ahead and start it. But just again, tapping this in first, kind of tapping it in place, and then smudging it out just a little bit. Ooh, she is going to town, boy. I bet my neighbors hate me. It's alright. Some of them got rebel flags up, and so whatever. Okay. Alright, and so now I'm going to go into Jet, and I'm just going to add a little bit of Jet on the corners here, just to kind of give it that kitten eye effect. I don't take it all the way over, and if I'm rushing or if I'm pressing for time, this is what I will leave out, because a lot of times it just looks fine without going in and adding this. But I do like, again, I don't have any, my lashes are very short and stubby, so this kind of gives me a little bit more depth up there. And again, all towards making the look like I put way more effort into it than I really did. Stop where you feel comfortable. Sometimes I come in a little bit further, sometimes I don't. Alright, let's put that back in there. Well, let's not. Alright, looking good. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is add just a little bit of concealer, because your girl got some, she got some darkness underneath there. Going in with that Bare Minerals. You guys know I really like this Bare Minerals because it's light. I hate the fact that there's only like 2 shades, which is really ridiculous, and if I could find another one like this, I would. But I have a bunch of these that I bought, so I'm trying to use them up, but definitely find a concealer that's actually every girl in the world shade friendly. But I just put a little bit here in the darkness. The reason why I like it is because it's light. It covers the dark circles, but it's not heavy, especially when I don't have on a whole lot of other makeup. It blends into the skin very nicely. But again, shame on Bare Minerals because there's only like 5 shades. So if you can find something that's out here for all of us, definitely do it. ColourPop, I think the ColourPop Pretty Fresh is pretty similar. That one's a little bit heavier than this one is, and I noticed when I put that on without any other makeup, it stands out just a little bit more. But that would be a good close second, especially if you're using other products. Definitely let that Bare Minerals sit for a second. I like to let it sit for way longer than I just let it sit, but because that's how you get the best coverage. But again, because I don't have any other makeup on, I don't worry about it because it's so light, but it still does the job. Much. I don't use a lot of concealer even on a full face day because I've learned the older you get, the less concealer that you use, the better. It's much better to go in with small layers and just add as you need versus going in with a whole bunch and you just really don't need it all over the face. I don't feel like you do. I think whenever you start putting it all over your face, it really just emphasizes everything. But again, do what you like. We all have different styles and tastes, you know what I mean? And you could be going for a completely more glam look than I am, which would call for a little bit more concealer. Taking that same brush, dipping into the Hourglass powder. This is not my favorite powder, it's just one that I have, so I'm using it. Normally, I really just like to set my under eye with some setting spray, but because I'm not using, because I don't use the sponge anywhere else in my routine and I'm trying to minimize how many tools I use, I haven't been doing that lately, but that is my much preferred way of setting my under eye. I'm not the biggest fan of using powder to set your under eye at all. I just think it just emphasizes all of that I already have going on. Using a damp sponge and some setting spray really just makes everything look nice and set, but still nice and hydrated. So that's my preferred way, but again, trying to use less tools and less steps to get ready quicker. Okay, so if you don't have oily skin, skip this step, seriously, but I've noticed I do need just a little bit of powder. So all I'm doing is taking my Urban Decay All Nighter. You guys know I love this waterproof setting spray. That's my bae, for real. And I just powder the top part of my face and I set my eyebrows. That's all I'm doing. Because this is where this is what you see, and it gets oily right there. So I'm just applying a little bit of powder. I don't even go over any other part of my face. Again, I don't worry about it. Alright, so now because again my whole look is so simplistic, I still love to set everything with the Hourglass. I just think this gives the prettiest, most, I don't know, grown glow. So I'm just lightly dusting that over the top of my face. I just think it just gives me a really pretty glow. I love this stuff. Alright, what we got next? Alright, so now I'm going to add a little mascara. Just a little bit. Use whatever mascara works for you. I have itty bitty lashes, so this is what takes me some time. If I'm feeling really froggy, let's say I've got a little bit more time, or you know, let's say I'm trying to be a little bit extra, I will actually apply my magnetic lashes. You guys know I love my magnetic lashes from Glamnetic. They're so quick and easy. If I'm trying to feel a little bit more, if I'm trying to go a little bit more extra, try a little something in there, then I will definitely throw on those lashes. But this is normally what I do. I don't know, I'm gonna get mascara everywhere. That's okay. That's okay. All right. And let's see. Okay. And lastly, all I do is, you guys know I love inner corner highlight. I feel like inner corner highlight, I don't know if anybody else still does it, but I feel like it really does add brightness to my face. And with glasses on, I just love the little hint of glow that it gives. So this is my favorite inner corner highlight. It's out of the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette, and I believe this is, does it have a, I don't know if it has a name to it, but it's the pink out of that palette, and I have been using this as my inner corner highlight forever. That's really the only color I use out of that palette, but it's so inexpensive, it's okay. Just put a little bit there on the brow bone, again, just to lift up the brow. And I really like how it's subtle, so you really don't notice it unless I'm like turning or I'm in the sun. Just a little bit of sun, just a little bit, just kind of brightens up the face. Okay, all right, and lastly, some Urban Decay All Nighter. Just again, because I am oily. Normally I would put this on before I put my mascara on, now that I think about it, but it's okay. But really, because I'm oily, this just helps kind of keep everything in place throughout the day. Alright guys, so here is the finished look. Imagine me minus the lip gloss with the mask on. So this is the part that you would see. And yeah. I mean, I think she looked real good. Like, if you didn't know me, you'd be like, okay, she put a little effort into her. So, you know, like I said, I'm loving getting ready in 30 minutes. So is Mr. Tika. We're all appreciating that. My pockets are appreciating it, as well as all my makeup. So, you know, taking full advantage of the fact that we're wearing masks. You know, it's the right thing to do. And it's helping me out, so why not? Every little bit counts. But really just giving my skin its due credit and letting it shine and glow as much as it possibly can, but still kind of minimizing any type of issues or concerns I have, like my dark circles and things like that, and kind of enhancing some things just to make me feel polished and ready to go, but still being efficient and still minimizing the products and the steps and the tools that I use. So definitely comment down below. Let me know, are you still full face beating it up? Because if you are, do your thing, diva. Whatever makes you feel together and ready to take on the day, you do it, lady. That's how we do here. But let me know if you are kind of stepping back a little bit, keeping things real minimal, and just kind of touching up a couple things. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. So, as always, I hope this information helps someone else out there. If it did, please give this video a thumbs up. And while you're here on my channel, take a look around, see what else your girl has to offer. And if you're liking what you're seeing, hit that subscribe button. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.